Eight! What's up, buddy? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I'll send you a message on Discord. Let me know when you see it. I got a question for you. How'd you do last night, too, 8? I feel like from the outside looking in, you done pretty well, but I didn't know. I was curious. Give everybody a couple of minutes to get in here. Make sure I got everything posted. I don't think I do yet. I got so much going on in my house right now, my head's going crazy. There we go, it is posted. What's up, Dwayne? You're gonna have a hard time beating 8. You did beat Chubbs. What's up, everybody? Just giving everybody a couple minutes to get in here, doing some back end stuff. Machine, I think it was you yesterday. You were right. You called it. You called it with Akogi. He got the minutes. He just played like crap. Mobley Day? I like Mobley today, Nate. You know what I don't like, though, is that profile picture. He's got the GOAT as his profile picture. Make sure you guys go like and repost our post here. And the one on Reddit as well. That one helps a ton. Poole might rebound? Eh. I was really wrong about Jamal Murray yesterday, too. Like, I wouldn't say I was, like, really wrong. Like, I just preferred, due to the pricing, I just preferred Westbrook. And Westbrook did well. Like, Westbrook didn't do bad. Gabe Vincent and DFS ruled out. That, a little intriguing. I wish we could get some news on LeBron. We should get it before lock, though, so I'm not that worried about it. Eh, I'm not so sure right now, Chubbs. Still got a long way to go before then. I mean, what do I know? 2 days ago, I thought AD was a smash play, and then he gets injured, 10 minutes into the game, if that? Let's get into it. We've gave everybody 10 minutes to get in here. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We do these shows every day. And if you're new here, do not hesitate to ask a question in chat. That is what I'm here for. I want to help you guys win some money. Had to panic and move off Jerome. Yeah, I played a lot of Ty Jerome last night, and I played Tyson too, but I still had, whew. I truly hope the Titans move back, but I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I think the best thing we could do would be get Hunter or the Penn State guy. But anyway, DFS time. Starting at the top, Trey Young. He's pulling 9% ownership, and even I think that's crazy. I don't know what's going on with Trey. Told you guys last slate. The last slate he was on, the 28th. I can't play Trey anymore. I don't know what's going on with him, but something is not right. Over his last 5 games, he's a 0.82 fantasy point per minute. He's going to turn it around. Trey Young's a great basketball player. But I just want to take a wait-and-see approach to see when he gets back on his game. I don't know what he's going through. I don't know what the deal is, because you got to remember, these guys are humans at the end of the day. They might have some stuff going on in real life. I don't know what the case is, but his product on the court is just not very good lately. He has not met value since January 18th. And I get it's a small 5-game slate, but I'm not there against the Cavs. Cavs play terrific defense. Get different elsewhere. Yeah, Nate, and Jalen Johnson's going to be out for the season, I read. I don't mind Rui today. I don't mind Rui today for sure. Donovan Mitchell, I think, is just okay today. Like, I'll have him, but like the matchup's great. I'll have him, but I also think this game can get out of hand pretty quickly. I really like Ja Morant today, and I know Ja has been dookie lately, but he's pulling no ownership. Over his last 5 games, he's even had a couple really down games. He's still scoring 1.14 fantasy points per minute. Now, Ja, I'm not coring Ja, but I think he's a great get-different piece. He's the lowest owned guy all the way down to Keontae George. So if you're looking to get different, like 8-legged 8 plays, I think that Ja Morant is a solid get different pay-up option today. Not even really a pay-up option at 8,300, but you know what I mean. Dyson Daniels, with Ja Morant in, with Trey Young in, I'm not really too keen on paying $8K for, $7,900 for Dyson Daniels going against Cleveland. Like, we know Dyson's a great basketball player. We know he's going to get the minutes. But this is just a tough matchup, and I just want to go elsewhere. One of my favorite plays on the slate, Austin Reeves. Now, I dove into the data before the show started. With AD off the court, Austin Reeves gets the biggest usage bump. A lot of people would think it would be LeBron, but it isn't. Actually looked it up. Teams tend to focus LeBron more with AD off the court. And Reeves picks up that usage as whom I would consider the next best player. So I love Austin Reeves today. Probably going to be a core piece for me. I can't get away from Reeves. Matchup against Washington. Like, Washington is so bad, guys. Like, so bad. That's a high tag on him. For who? Reeves? I get 7,800 is tough for Reeves. I get that too. But I just can't avoid him. Darius Garland, I think, is fine today. Another day where I'm going back to the well, how I normally play it. I just rather pay 1100 less for Garland if I want a Cavs guard today. Of course, Mitchell's got the upside, but Garland, you get the savings. I think he has a similar upside. Not quite as high, but solid upside. I mean, you're not wrong, Machine. You're not wrong at all. Jordan Poole. Damn, talk about a letdown yesterday. 9 fantasy points in 29 minutes. What the hell? I don't like the matchup against the Lakers. I'm probably just not going to play Jordan Poole, to be honest. I really wanted to talk myself into it because I don't think he's going to be that owned. He had a shit game yesterday. People's going to remember that and be like, I'm not playing that bum. But just looking into it, I can't. I'll have some sprinkles of him in my 150 maxes, but that's about it. Fred VanVleet has dropped to $6,800. And I still cannot tell you guys to play him. I love this game environment. I want to target this game environment. 6,800. Sengun is going to be off the floor, so that's going to help him. But over his last 5 games, he's only 0.82 fantasy points per minute. He's still played 36 or more minutes in pretty much every damn game. You have to go back to January 3rd for a game he has not played 36 or more minutes in. And even in that one, he played 30. So I don't mind it, but you are going to be eating chalk if you play Fred VanVleet. He's 32% owned right now. Keontae George, I have no interest in. Rather just play Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton is $100 cheaper than Keontae George. I think Sexton has a higher upside, but I'm not really interested in a single Utah player today. I like a Fernie Simons today. Hate the matchup, but Simons been playing really well lately. Don't mind him at all. Scoot Henderson, just I'll get him in my 150 maxes and maybe 5 to 8 lineups. Jalen Suggs, questionable. If he plays, I have no interest. If he doesn't play, I like Cole Anthony a little bit, but at Cole's price, well, it came down. I was thinking of something else. You know, I honestly have no idea where Jordan Poole grew up. Now I want to know. He's from Milwaukee. He's from Milwaukee. Now, I know Kuzma, you know, of course, he played in LA. Jordan Clarkson, I have no interest at 5,600. No interest in Anthony Black. No interest in Collier. No interest in Scottie Pippen. Even if Ja Morant's ruled out, I still don't think I will get to Pippen. Ty Jerome, I think, is a bit intriguing. If you think this game blows out, Ty's going to get more run. I like Ty as a get different piece today. Pulling 12% ownership. I think he should be pulling around 15. But it's potato. But I like Ty today. Mike Conley, his injury news is very important. If Mike Conley's out, I really like Rob Dillingham. But if Mike Conley's in, I'm not interested in Rob. So, if Conley's in, I'm still just kind of if he lands in the lineup, so be it. But not targeting him at all. Not interested in Bub Carrington at that price. Luke Kennard, if Ja Morant misses, I love Luke Kennard. But if Ja's in, not there. Then the rest of these guys, I have nothing to say about any of them except for Rob Dillingham. Definitely want to target him if Mike Conley's out. Even if Rob is not starting, he will still get plenty of minutes off the bench. And Cole Anthony, if Jalen Suggs is out, I don't mind him as just kind of a punt. Yeah, Nate. Keep talking about the Blazers stack tonight is the night. I hate stacking anyone against Orlando. Orlando plays slow and they play solid defense. Like, I just Orlando, um, Oklahoma City, and Cleveland. Three teams I just hate targeting at all. I think Ant's a solid play today, and he's pulling 37% ownership. But if you want to kind of get off the LeBron ownership, which I fully anticipate LeBron to be the most owned player on the slate, you can play Ant. Like him, solid matchup, don't mind it. Uh, Amon Thompson. I love Amon today. Memphis ranks 27th against the two guard. We know Amon does not play like a two guard though. 8,600. This guy, I mean, it's like he has a floor of 40 points lately. I say that, and he scored 32 against Atlanta, but before that, he was just solid. You know he's got the huge upside. I'm a big Amon Thompson fan. Like, my two favorite basketball players right now are LaMelo Ball and Amon Thompson. Sign me up. He's a core piece for me today. Talk about most of these players. Desmond Bane's fine with or without Ja. Desmond has done pretty well. If he lands in a lineup, I'm happy about it. Not going out of my way to target him by any means, but I told you guys I love this entire game environment, and I'm happy to get to Desmond. Jalen Green, very intriguing to me. Only pulling 7% ownership. I want to be like double the field on Jalen Green today. We know Jalen has not been too good lately, but it wasn't that long ago he was averaging high 40s and 50 fantasy point games. No Sengun's going to open up a lot of usage. Probably a lot more shot attempts. I want to be above the field on Jalen Green today, and I think you should be too. Really, really like him. 7,100 just feels super cheap for a guy with his upside. Let's see here. Talked about most of these guys. Bilal Colaby. I know Poole let a lot of you guys down yesterday, and he did me too. You know, I play well over 300 lineups a slate, but I had a ton of Bilal Colaby who really let me down against Toronto. Scored 11 fantasy points in 25 minutes. I don't mind if he lands in my lineups tonight, but 6,200, just a 150 max play for me. I don't want any Shadon Sharp. Like, I know he scored 33 last game against Milwaukee, but that just seems to be an anomaly lately. He's averaging 0.77 fantasy points per minute over his last 5 games and over his last 20, and that's just not enough to do it at that price. Vic Krejci, I think he's just playable. Not going out of my way to get him. If he falls in your lineup at 5,400, so be it. I think Kamara is absolutely viable at 5,400. Max Strus, I don't mind today, but he is pulling a lot of ownership at 15%. I think it's just because we don't have a lot of value open on the slate right now. Well, what kind of news we get? That's for tomorrow. But I don't mind if he falls in my lineup. I would rather go to Dylan Brooks at 4,600. Not excited about playing Dylan Brooks by any means, and he's pulling 27% ownership, but we just don't have a lot of value today. And then no interest pretty much all the way through here, but there's two players that are sticking out. First one, Max Christie. Probably one of my favorite value plays on the slate. He's getting the ownership to prove it, though. 42% owned. He tends to get minutes, guys. Is he a good basketball player? I don't think so. But he's played much better when AD is off the floor. I looked into it. I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think he jumps up to like 0.77 fantasy points per minute when AD's off the floor. If he plays 30 minutes at that price, he'll pay it off. Don't mind Max Christie today as a value play. Small forward. LeBron, the chalk of the slate. If you play LeBron, I do not mind it at all. If he lands in my lineup, I'm happy to get him. Happy to get him. But I'm not going out of my way to target LeBron like a lot of people are doing today. Great matchup, no doubt about that. No doubt about it. but I feel like they're going to do everything in their power to focus on LeBron. He just scored 57 fantasy points against them last week. I like LeBron today, but I'm not making him the focal points of my builds. Who I do like, and I think you're going to want to pick one of the two. Paolo and Franz. Franz looks a lot better when Paolo's off the court, but even when Paolo's on it, he's still a solid productive player at only 8K. For $500 more, you get Paolo, who, in my opinion, has a much higher upside. I think it's a good matchup for both of them, and neither one are pulling a ton of ownership. Paolo with 17, Franz with 13. I would want one of these two guys in my single entry lineups tonight. Which one's up to you, which one you believe in, and which one fits your lineup in the budgetary constraints better. But I really like both of them. Flipping it to the other side of that game, I think Denny's a solid play. He's been playing great basketball lately. Happy to see Denny land in my lineup. Not trying to force him in, but absolutely a fine play in my opinion. No interest in Lauri Markkanen. I just don't know what has happened to Lauri. He's fallen off a cliff. Kyle Kuzma, I think, is going to go over-owned to going back to LA. I get the revenge narrative, but Kuzma's just been crap this year. Let's just call a spade a spade. He hasn't been near as good as he was last year. If he lands in my lineup, I'm fine with it, but again, not going out of my way to target him by any means. Much rather $500 cheaper get Jaden McDaniels. Jaden's playing a Utah team that is terrible, and he's one of the best defenders in the NBA. He's going to get steals and blocks today, in my opinion. Yeah, Denny's awesome. But I will say Franz is lower on than Denny. Denny's pulling 15% ownership, Franz pulling 13%, and Paolo 17%. I think DeAndre Hunter's fine today. Really don't want a ton of Hawks in my lineup today. I would say one max against the Cavs. They're just so good defensively. But somebody's got to do something today to keep this game competitive. Tari Eason. I like Tari as a get different play, guys. I do. We don't have much value on the slate. How are you going to get different when everyone's playing the same value and everyone's playing LeBron? I think Tari has great upside. All he needs is the minutes. Oh, I got you. I got you. Rui looks solid. Don't mind Rui going back to Washington like someone said in chat earlier. Gets additional minutes with AD off the floor. Not a guy that I'm solely targeting, but if I got it between him, Vic Krejci, and Kamara, I'm probably leaning Rui. Jeremy Grant, questionable. I have no interest even if he plays. 0.75 fantasy points per minute over his last 5. I'm just not there. No interest in De Silva, no interest in Isaac, no interest in Sensabaugh. I did see 8 said Dalton Connect is sneaky. I don't mind Dalton. You want to get different play today? I think Dalton Connect is perfectly viable, but he's pulling more ownership than I would like. He's pulling 16% ownership. Just give me Franz Wagner if I'm trying to get different. Does Orlando pace change with Paolo back? They get just a tad bit faster, but it's not enough to make a difference, machine. Not enough. Another get different piece pulling 8% ownership. I kind of like today's Zachary Rishier. Now, you know if you're playing him, you can't expect much, but he's $4,300. And I don't expect much from him. I truly don't. But he gets you different. And I think he has a solid chance to pay off a low $4,300 price tag. I think Cam Whitmore's just okay. I would probably rather play Tari Eason if I'm going for that high upside get different play. But they are vastly different price points. Corey Kispert, no interest. Jalen Wells. I don't mind throwing Jalen Wells in a lineup. Just kind of a last guy in piece. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I think he looks very intriguing if Conley misses. Very intriguing if Conley misses. Something to keep your eyes on. I really like NAW if Conley is out. And everyone else through here, I have no interest in. Can we get news? I've seen my phone light up out of the corner of my eye. That's for tomorrow. Moving over to power forward. Talked about most of these guys already, though. Don, what is that name, brother? What is that name, brother? What's up, buddy? I really like Triple J today going against Houston. Really like him. I'm curious who Triple J is going to have on him. Is it going to be Thompson? Is it going to be Brooks? Is it going to be Landale? Is it going to be Steven Adams? Really curious. But I like Triple J today. I think he can take on any of those guys in the paint if he stays out of foul trouble. Evan Mobley, simply too cheap. Simply too cheap. I really like Evan Mobley today. Atlanta doesn't have anyone in the paint that can contain Mobley. Capella's not going to do it. Okongwu's not going to do it. Nance, Roddy, Muhammad, Guy. Hey, none of those guys are going to contain Mobley. Like I said, I probably only want one Hawk on my team. But on the other side of this game, I don't mind playing 2, maybe even 3 Cavaliers. 2 starters and a bench guy, maybe. Say like Mobley, Garland, and Jerome. I'd be okay with that. But really, really like Mobley today. What's up, Kyle? What's up, buddy? I got you, machine. I think Julius Randle's fine. Not going out of my way to target Randle today, but you can't ignore the fact he's in a great matchup. I would prefer to get to Anthony Edwards if you can. If you can't, Julius Randle's in a solid matchup, and over his last 5 games, he's been playing better. He's averaging 1.20 fantasy points per minute. Really don't mind Randle falling into my lineup tonight. I think Jared Allen is fine if you want to pivot off Mobley. Mobley's pulling 20% ownership. Allen's only pulling 6%, but I would prefer Mobley. Pablo. Really like Okongwu tonight. If Okongwu stays out of foul trouble, he's going to easily pay off 6,900. They're going to need him out there. I mean, they got Mobley, they got Allen. It's a terrible nickname for them, but in my head, I always call them the Twin Towers. Like, they're just 2 huge dudes in the paint. They're going to need Okongwu. I'm happy to play Okongwu today at 6,900. You just hope he gets the minutes. His last 2 games, he's played 27 and 28, and he's failed in both games, but he's still producing at a solid mark of 1.17 fantasy points per minute. Yeah, they're on a back-to-back. I do not take back-to-backs into consideration near as much as the public does. Like, yes, I still consider it, but I don't weigh it as heavily. I'm not interested in John Collins playing his 1 game every 2 weeks. Not interested in Goga. I think we talked about McDaniels. I like McDaniels a lot. Really like Naj Reid too. I know it's going to be a hot take, but I firmly believe that the Timberwolves should move on from Gobert and just start Naj Reid. He's just a better basketball player. Talked about most of these guys already. Not interested in Santi Aldama. Larry Nance, if he starts, I think is playable in a GPP, but I wouldn't do it in a single entry. Gorgeous Niang, I think, is playable and viable. I got a lot of him yesterday, and I was not expecting to, and it scared the shit out of me because I did not notice it until after lock. But he got me 24 fantasy points, and that was pretty much enough. Jared Vanderbilt's intriguing to me. I don't think I can play him because we know he's going to be on a minutes limit. Hasn't played much basketball at all this year. But if Jared got 25 minutes, he would be a smash play. I just don't think he's going to get the minutes, guys. And nobody else is intriguing me. If for some reason the Hawks start Muhammad Guy again, I think he is definitely viable and playable. The 28th, he started against Houston. I played him. He got me 22 fantasy points at the bone minimum price. I was a very happy man because he was super low owned. 22 minutes isn't a lot, though. It isn't a lot, and the Cavaliers are a tough matchup. Moving over to center. Sengun's questionable. I personally think he sets, but I haven't read anything to confirm or deny that. Keep giving us news for tomorrow. If Sengun if Sengun plays, absolutely viable. Absolutely viable. If he sets, I think whoever starts is a smash play. In my opinion, it's going to be Landale. I'm not even sure if Adams is going to play. He's questionable too. But if for some reason Sengun sets, Adams plays, whoever starts between Adams and Landale, I think is a smash play. Really like them both. And if Sengun's in, I like him as a get different play to these other pay-ups. DeAndre Ayton, I don't have interest in. I mean, I like him as a get different play. But, again, not a guy I'm playing in a single entry. Not interested in Walker Kessler. Center is just a mess today. We've been spoiled the past 2 weeks. We've had some great center slates, but today it's a mess. Don't care for Rudy Gobert at 6,400. He's been playing better basketball lately, but I'm not there. I'm going back to him. I know he let us all down yesterday. He was a core piece. But I'm going back to Joe Val. And as crazy as it sounds, I firmly believe he would be a good fit in LA. I think the Lakers should try to trade for Joe Val and move AD back to his natural position of the power forward. Reeves, Rui, LeBron, AD, Joe Val. Starting five. It would be amazing. I think it would be great. But I love Joe Val today. Should get the start again. Jackson Hayes, if they're starting Jackson Hayes, I assume they are, is not going to be able to handle Joe Val. Love Joe Val today. Easy plug and play for me. Wendell Carter is cheap at 5,500. I don't mind him in my MMEs, but would not have him in a single entry. Zach Edey, I like as a get different play. Hey, listen, I know he's not playing a ton of minutes, but over his last 5 games, Edey has a 1.30 fantasy point per minute. Edey is very sneaky today at 2% ownership. I like him. Jackson Hayes. This one's intriguing to me because he's pulling a ton of ownership. I'm going to have Jackson Hayes. I'm not going to have 33% of Jackson Hayes like the field is. I want to cut that in half. Listen, he's a 0.63 fantasy point per minute player over his last 20. That's just not going to cut it, guys. Highest fantasy points he has scored since November 10th was 17 in 33 minutes. 33 minutes. I'm not on this Jackson Hayes train like the public is. I'm not. And then nobody else through here I'm interested in. You can play Rashawn Holmes if you want. Play the backup for Joe Val. I think that's a perfectly viable strategy. One that 8-Legged 8 took yesterday. He played 16 minutes, dropped 18 fantasy points. If Joe Val gets into foul trouble or something, Rashawn Holmes is going to be a smash. And we'll have to take the wait-and-see approach on Steven Adams, Jock Landale, and Sengun. We probably will not have that news before lock either, guys. That's all I got for FanDuel. If you have questions, hit me with them. Then we're going to go over our core. Just let me know real fast if y'all have any questions. No questions, guys? All right. My DK core, or sorry, FanDuel core. Austin Reeves. I can't get away from Austin today. He's just in too good of a spot when I looked at the numbers. I like LeBron. You guys know I like LeBron, but if I'm picking between them today, is Austin Reeves. Next core piece going to be Amon Thompson. You know, I love this guy. He's just Mr. Consistent. Mr. Consistent. Fourth core piece, where's he at? Naj Reed at the power forward. Joe Val at center. You guys know I hate giving you a center, but a day like today, man, there's not many good options. My last core piece is going to be Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley. So, bit of a more expensive core than we normally play. Let me post it in the Discord. If you guys aren't in our Discord, it's completely free, linked in the chat down below in the description. After the show ends, you guys can ask me any questions you have in there. I'm always available in there. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We do these shows every day. Love doing it. Completely free, and I just want to see you guys make money. That's the only reason I do this. There we go. I got that posted in the Discord for you guys. Let's optimize this and see what kind of builds we're getting here. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so looks like we're getting a lot of Max Christie, which I like that, guys. I told you he's my favorite value piece on the slate. This first build, getting Mike Conley, which I don't know too much. We're not going to know if Conley's in or out. We're not going to know. So, to play it safe, I'm just going to take Mike Conley out of the equation for now. Let's see what we get. Okay. We get Ty Jerome. Told you guys I like him. The only question mark in this first piece is Risher, whom I said I like as a value piece today. So I like the way these builds are going. I really do. I really like what we're getting here. What about Hayes at center? I don't like Hayes today. I say I don't like him. Right now, the public's on him 27%. I would want to be half of that, man. Half of it. I do not trust Jackson Hayes. I do not trust him. Let's move it over to DK. Sorry about that, guys. My wife texts me. At point guard. Again, Mike Conley, if he plays, he's good. I'm probably just going to take him out of my player pool. Just to play it safe. Because we don't know. I kind of expect him to sit. But we don't know. We don't know. Of course, right when I click off, we get news on my phone. Sam Merrill is available to play today, guys. Ty Jerome, I still like, even with the Sam Merrill news. Just cheap over on DK. Easy to plug him in. Donovan Mitchell, absolutely a fine play at only $8,400 over on DK. Happy to get the Mitchell over there. Jordan Poole, I do not trust. Poole's either going to get you 9 fantasy points or 57 fantasy points. Not many times is it in between. I do not think it's going to be as much leverage as you think it's going to be 8, because I have seen a lot of tout shows today saying, hey, we think Conley's out. Play Dillingham, play Null. So, just so you know, 8, I don't think it's as much leverage as you would anticipate it to be. Amon Thompson, 8,300 on DK Smash Play. I'm going to be all over that. Darius Garland, 7,600 is fine, but I would prefer just to find the extra money to spend up on Mitchell On DK. On FanDuel, it's the opposite, but Donovan Mitchell only 8,400 on DK. I'm there. Bub Carrington, 3,700. I get he's a good value piece, but I'm going to try my best to avoid it. Well, that being said, I'm playing, a lot of lineups. I'm sure he's going to land in a few, but I'm not happy about it. Anthony Edwards at 8,500, I am happy to play. 9,500, I'm happy to play. Be all over that. Austin Reeves at 8,500 is a bit of a tougher pill to swallow. I love the matchup, and I just love the play. But when I can get Donovan Mitchell against the Hawks for $100 cheaper, it's a tough pill to swallow there. So I believe in Reeves. I really like Reeves. I'm going to be playing Reeves. But if you're hesitant, I understand moving to Mitchell. Fred VanVleet at 7,100, I would just prefer to go elsewhere. Kind of the same with everyone down through here. Rob Dillingham, if he plays at $3,200, or if Conley misses at $3,200, is going to be a smash play. And like I just told 8-Legged Ape in the chat, it's like all over the industry today. They're trying to just play for Conley being out. And people are already rostering Rob with no news. So I think he's going to have more ownership than people expect. And I'm not interested in anyone down through here. The 2 guard. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 3,400. I'm happy to play him here. He's pulling big ownership at 3,800, but he's cheap. The game, I think, will be a blowout. I know the spread doesn't really show it, but I like Nall. He's cheap. I'm there. I think Strus is fine at 4,500. Talked about Bub Carrington. Bilal Colaby, I can stomach 5,500 even if he did just murder me. Got more news. Okay, well, that shakes up the slate, ladies and gentlemen. Ja Morant is now doubtful. Ja is now doubtful. What the hell do they do? What the hell do they do? Are they going to start Scotty again, or are they going to start Luke? They've kind of done it both ways. Sometimes they start Scottie Pippen, sometimes they start Luke Kennard. Either way, I really love Luke Kennard now. Scotty, I really only like if he's starting, but Luke looks great now. Desmond Bane looks solid now. Happy to have him over on DK. Sam Merrill at 3,400. I could stomach it, but I'm not going out of my way to target it. I like Green and Christie. They're both fine. And of course, Luke Kennard now. Going to look like a home run at 4,100. Don't Connect at 3,900. Very sneaky play in my opinion. Well, I say that. He's 20% owned. Scratch what I just said. Small forward, Jaden McDaniels, only 5,500. Easy plug and play there. I really like McDaniels on both sites. And honestly, I was trying to determine if I wanted Naj Reid or Jaden McDaniels in the core for FanDuel. I really like them both. Really like them both. That's true, 8. That's true. Denny looks great at 7,300. Happy to play him. Franz Wagner at 7,300. Franz Wagner at 7,800. Don't mind that at all. My preferred value play would be right here. Georges Niang at $3,700. I think this game's going to be a blowout. Niang should get plenty of run. $3,700, just very cheap for him. Talked about most of these guys. Zachary Risher, he's fine. Rui is fine. Max Christie is fine. Jalen Wells going to look a lot better now. Triple J's going to look a lot better now. Bane look better. I mean, you guys know. He's going to have the biggest usage on the team, and then you take away all that usage, everyone's going to look better. LeBron, he's a smash. I ain't even got to go into that. I like LeBron. You guys should like LeBron. Evan Mobley looks just as good over on DK. Only 7,700. Happy to pay that. Kuzma. If you get to Kuzma, I get it, guys. I get it. But I just cannot trust him. Randall's solid. Don't mind him. Triple J. Gonna look better now. So I like him. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm not on John Collins. Paulo looks fine. Aldama look a little better now, but I'm probably still not there. Mobley is 25% on DK. 20% on FanDuel last time I checked, but I'll check in a second. And then nothing else really standing out for me. Moving over to center, where Joval, yet again, looking like the smash play. I'm going to be all over Joval today on both sites. My favorite center. Okongwu's fine. I just hate that he's only center eligible on DK. Rashawn Holmes, bare minimum price on DK. I think that is a solid play as well. Rudy Gobert, only 5,600. Even at this low price, I'm not sure that I'm there. And he's pulling 24% ownership. I'd rather just pivot to Naj Reid up here, who is projected better, is $100 cheaper, and is pulling 9% less ownership. Jared Allen at 6,500 is fine, but yet again, I would prefer Mobley today. Not interested in much else down through here. Jackson Hayes pulling big ownership at 20%, 4,500. I'm not there. I'm just gonna fade that spot, and if it comes back to bite me, I'll own it. Every time I'm wrong about something, you guys see me on the next day show saying, "Hey, I was wrong about that one." That's really about it for DK. And let me look at that real quick for you. Mobley is 20.9% and Mitchell is 14.5%. But on DK, gotta give a core, right? At center, it's gonna be Joval. Power forward, I know this is a out there play, but we gotta get different somehow. I like Niang. $3,700, super cheap. Like, sign me up. Because I do want LeBron over on DK. Is he only power forward over here? Yeah, I forgot about that. But I can put Niang at the 3. Damn it. So we need one more core piece, right? We need one more core piece. I'm trying to decide if I want which one of these Timberwolves guys I want. Same predicament I had. No, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get point guard eligible. Always forget he's point guard eligible over on DK. Amin Thompson. I just love this guy. That'd be my DK core. Amin Thompson, Gorgeous Niang, LeBron, and Joval. I'm gonna run that while I type that up in the Discord. Let's see what we're getting here. Not crazy about this first one. The second lineup I like. Yeah, I could do this one. I like that second one there. I really like this one right here, but I would pivot off Gobert. Not sure who I'd go to. Let's see. I mean, I could just go to Naj Reid. I got enough money to go to Naz, and you guys already know I like Naz. So I really like this one here. Really, the only question mark in this one for me is below Colaby, which we know he has the upside. He's just let us down some before. But yeah, I really like that right there. Really, really like that. Alright guys, we're at the point of the show where we went through every player on both sides. And I'm just a free resource now for you. You got questions? Please hit me with them. That is what I am here for. I want to help you guys. So pull another tab up and start working on your builds. And I'm here in the background to help you with any questions you might have. Reeves is 39.8% owned. He's right here at the top. He's actually now pulling more ownership than LeBron. That wasn't the case earlier in the day, but now that is the case. Really, really interested to see what the Grizzlies do. Are they starting Luke or are they starting Scotty P? What you can do if you're building in your point guard spot on DK is you can lock in Luke Kennard. And then if they're starting Scottie Pippen, you can rock Scotty. I think you can do that on FanDuel too. No, their prices are different on FanDuel. So it would be the opposite on FanDuel. You'd lock in Scotty. If Scotty's not starting, you can pivot down to Luke. That's how fast the slate can turn on its head. You guys are going to want Luke Kennard or Scottie Pippen. Whichever one's starting, you're going to want them. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We do these shows free every single day. Every single day. Except for Saturday. Heads up, there will be no show Saturday because I am moving. What you got, Don? Don, you still haven't explained that name, dog. What is that name? Rob's ownership is 5.6% right now. I think that dramatically goes up when we get the news that Conley's out. Scotty right now, projection has updated on LineStar, and they are thinking he's starting. Like, I'll pull it up here. Yeah, see, they got Scottie Pippen starting. Oh, shit, you can't see it because my stuff's moved in. But they got Pippen, Bane, Wells, Jackson, and Edey starting. And it's projection right now, 9.1%. I'll refresh it just to make sure. Yeah, that's about where it's at. I think Amon is a smash today. I love Amon. Okay, LeBron is ruled in. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of nervous he might miss, and Rui's ruled in as well. Terry Rozier, guys. If you haven't heard, Terry Rozier is facing a federal investigation for a sports betting scandal. A lot of people saying he deliberately played bad and bet his unders. Please do not go Trey, but I do love Jalen Green today at only 9.4%. Trey's pulling more ownership than that, 11.3%. I think I would trust myself diffusing an IED strapped to my chest more than I would trust Trey Young right now in a basketball game to meet value. I hope I don't get banned for saying that from YouTube. I didn't think about that before I said that. I say a lot of shit before I think about it. I don't know about you guys, but I am stoked NASCAR is coming back and MLB is coming back. We produced so many winners last year in MLB and quite a few in NASCAR as well. First race of the season is going to be Daytona, and we're going to stick to our tried and true strategy of stack the back, baby. D. Mitch lower owned than Edwards. Let's see. Mitchell is, 18.9%. Edwards is 36.8%. Oh, my wife just sent me her lineup. It's actually a really good lineup, too. Holy shit. She has a one question mark in her lineup, and that is Jeff Green. I'm gonna help you out here, baby. Jeff Green very well could start, though, if Sengun and Adams is out. She needs a small forward for 3,900. You don't have a lot of options here, babe. I would swap to Jasheen. Nah, I wouldn't rock Tate. Oh, bro, I cannot stand watching Kyler Murray play basketball because it's like a toddler running after he stole your phone. Cavs starting their typical lineup: Garland, Mitchell, Strus, Mobley, Allen. Wizards starting Poole, Collaby, George, Kuzma, and Joval is grabbing the start again. Hey, he very well could be. He very well could be. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them are doing that shit. Just getting their friends, moms to, hey, you know I'm in the NBA. Here's $1,000. Bet it on me not to score 28 points tonight. I really like that, Chubbs. As long as Dillingham is starting, I really like that. I personally think LeBron will be more owned than Reeves, but not tooting my own horn here. Reeves was lower owned than LeBron when this show started. Now it's already swapped back, but maybe people are listening to me and I'm driving that ownership up, baby. Who knows? But LeBron is currently, again, has more ownership than Reeves. The more I'm looking at it, I really like Triple J now. Really like some Triple J. I think Bane's still solid. Bane is still solid, but I really like Triple J. Banchero and Jalen, or Franz and Bane? Franz and Bane. I don't. You talking about Jalen? Are you talking about Jalen Green or Jalen Suggs? Because my brain went to Suggs. My brain went to Suggs. Wheeler, my man. What's up, buddy? Welcome in. I will say this, Michael Wheeler. I've missed you. That's what I'll say first of all. But Jackson Hayes is pulling 30% ownership right now, Michael Wheeler. I only want maybe 12 to 15%. I want to be far under the field. I do not think Hayes is going to be near as good as the public thinks he's going to be. If he is, I'll eat the crow and say, my bad. But yeah, I want to be half the field on him. So in 150 lineups, I want maybe 8. Maybe 8. Okay, in that case, Chubbs, it's Banchero, Jalen Green all day. Banchero, Jalen Green all day long. LeBron or Edwards on DK? Hi, hello. I have no idea who you are, Mr. or Mrs. Carabos, but hi. For me, it's going to be LeBron, man. Like, their ownerships are so similar over on DK. He's going to be a core piece for me. Really like him. Oh, I know. I can't wait for baseball to come up, bud. What you got, pal? What you got, Donnie boy? You still haven't explained your name to me, Donnie. Who is this person spamming I feel like it's a bot. Is it a bot, chat? No, no, no. What is going on? Somebody tell me what's going on. Who are you, Tony? What are you doing here? What are you doing? You're killing me. Pippen, Green, Christie, Kennard, Wagner, Paulo, Triple J. So the only thing I would change about that, Don, is I would not want to play Franz and Pablo together. I would want to pick one of the two. All right. Quit spamming the chat, please. Yeah, I see the logic in that. I do, but pool scares me. Who are you talking about, Don? Yeah, I guess I got bots now. I'm trying to remove them. That's right, machine. Hit the like button. Tari Eason and Wagner are just two totally different price points. I have no idea how to ban these things. So, I'm sorry. I have to look into that. I'm sorry. I don't know how to ban them, guys. The more I look, the more Jordan Poole looks appealing. but he still scares me. Alright, guys, you got questions? Hit me with them. Sorry, the bots, I couldn't keep up. God damn. Who did I piss off to do this? I really like Jalen Wells now. No, Trae Young didn't get snubbed. He's been bad. I can't even see my damn comments. Somebody comment in the chat. Make sure I can see it. You're a real person trying to waste my time. Well, I appreciate it. I'm trying to run a business here, asshole. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of Jalen Wells, it looks like, and I'm okay with that. Who wants to be a moderator? Who wants to be a moderator to help me with this? Because I can't keep up. And it's not letting me scroll in my messages for some reason after this shit. Looks like we pissed off another creator that enough that they bought bots and got them to spam my channel. If you guys have questions, type them in the chat. Somebody type something in the chat because I can't scroll on it for some reason. Yeah, I still cannot see my messages for some reason. Alright, I think I got my messages to work. Anybody want to be a mod? I see where 8 asked for Dyson's ownership. 13.1% right now is what I'm showing. Muhammad Guy starting again. Happy to play Muhammad Guy as a value piece, guys. Happy to get the guy. $5,900 util on DK. Let's take a look. It's gonna be Jonas Valanciunas. I'm pretty sure you probably got Joe Val. So if it's not Joe Val, it's gonna be Jaden McDaniels. Muhammad Guy, great value piece now, in my opinion. Garland, Bain, Kennard, Niang, Mobley, Triple J. I think that's fine done. Would you play Guy over Nas? No, I would not play him over Nas Reed. The price difference and the upside is just vastly different. Spida's ownership is at 14.5%. And I even refreshed the page for you. I'm going to ask again because I can finally see the chat. Does anyone want to be a mod? If you do, just let me know. It would help tremendously. Man, Muhammad Guy starting. I like that. I like that. I like that they're running with him. I do not want 60% of him, though. Holy shit. Nah, Bilal will not be chalky. Bilal is 13.1% owned right now. Bro, Shannon, I'm trying, but I'm trying to deal with these bots too. That's why I'm asking if anyone wants to be a mod. Sengun viable? I think he's viable if he plays. I'm kind of leaning like he doesn't play, but who scores more? Guy or Dillingham? It'll be close. I got them projected within a point of each other, Conscious. I think Dillingham is safer. I'll say that. But he's going to have a lot more ownership. People don't know who Muhammad Guy is yet. His ownership will not be that high, in my opinion. So I just run it, and I'm getting 3% Rob Dillingham and 25% Muhammad Guy. Yes, he did, Conscious. He did. What are you interested in, Jebediah? The Kongwu is 12.7% owned. Which one of these big creators did we piss off? Yeah, like, if it's just straight up between the two, of course, I like a Kongwu more. Yeah, I think my wife has done a fantastic job of getting rid of them for now. We might be good right now. 8 minutes to lock, guys. Get your lineups in. I'm working on mine now that the bot issue is dealt with. Who is Noble, Don? I'm not sure who Noble is. But I really like McDaniels. Oh, yeah, dude, no. Mobley over McDaniels for sure. Like, I like McDaniels, but Mobley. Yeah, Mobley. That's what pisses me off about him in particular, is he constantly attacks people just asking questions in his chat. Like, there's no stupid questions. If somebody comes in here asking for advice, I'm gonna answer it. I mean, I'm not better than anyone else. I just study this shit all day, every day. If somebody comes in and asks, is so-and-so a good play, and they're in a really bad spot, I'm not gonna answer it like they're stupid. The only reason I know it's a good spot for them is because I study this shit all day long, you know? Pippen if he's starting, Don. Five minutes to lock, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson Hayes or Larry Nance? Jackson Hayes. Nance not starting really hurts in my opinion. I really like Guy's starting power. I really like him, buddy. Oh, Machine, are you a Trailblazers fan? I like that, Ronnie. I like that, buddy. Now, now I see why you always want to play the Trailblazers. I didn't know you were a Blazers fan. I had to stop doing that because uh, I'm a Titans fan, and I would constantly want to play Derrick Henry or way back in the day Marcus Mariota, and they would always burn me. So I quit trying to put guys from my team in my lineups unless it was a smash spot like tonight. Good luck, everybody. Goga or Val, WJ. Not even close, Val. Guys, I can't say thank you enough. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps tremendously. And hey, if you guys want, join our Discord. It's linked down below in the chat. You can ask me questions at any time in there, guys. Anytime I'm available. Late swap news is super important in NBA. If there's news tonight, I'm going to let you guys know. And you can ask me who to swap to, and I'll help you the best I can, just like I'm doing on video right now, but I won't be on video. But I can't say thank you enough. We got our first ever bot raid. How about that? I appreciate you guys. I truly do. I'll see you tomorrow. If you got questions, you know I'm in the Discord. I love you. Appreciate you. But I'm out.